It's a big fight because I know the caliber, or Sindy's caliber of fighter. She's very good. She's got a perfect record, and she comes to fight. So fighting well against someone like her is really going to help solidify, me as a fighter in terms of where I belong in the Muay Thai world. Yeah, she's got real sharp boxing, and she comes forward. She's very aggressive, so I'm aware of that, and I'm definitely have been preparing for that. I hope so. I
Yeah.
definitely hope so. Yeah. It's huge. Um, I mean, up until that point, that was the biggest fight of my career. Fighting somebody with the experience of Kaylee and that skill level, and to just barely lose a really, really close split decision that honestly could have went either way, just depending on the judging. It's made me hungrier, and it makes me want to prove to not only the Muay Thai world and the fans, but also to myself that I can dig deeper, I can reach a new level, and that I can beat somebody of that caliber. Not only beat her, but beat her decisively. Yeah, I mean, as cliche as it is, it's true. I mean, it's a cliche because it's true. I mean, you come back from a loss one of two ways. You either let it, eat you and keep you down, or you learn from it and you improve from it. So I'm the type of person that if I make a mistake, whether it's anything, I'm gonna learn from it and get better. And the fight with Kaylee was, I don't feel like I made a lot of mistakes. I just know where I need to improve, and I'm definitely going to make sure that, leading up to that fight, even that I have been doing, improving in those areas, and when that rematch does happen, I'm going to be fully ready. Yeah, I gave her a lot of respect because I knew what she was capable of. I don't want to take anything away from her skills. She's a fantastic fighter. I just didn't let go how I normally do because I was more cautious than normal, just knowing what I knew about her. And then she had a very, very strong clinch, which is what we expected. But it was she locked me down and neutralized me, where normally I felt like I would have been able to work out of positions a little bit more. She just did a really good job at keeping me from doing anything while she was able to score points. She didn't really hurt me at all with anything, but she fought very smart. She fought a very smart and intelligent fight to win on points. Whereas typically when I fight, I don't really think about points unless someone hits me. I'm like, oh, they got a point. But for me personally, I'm not trying to just score points and fight safe. I'm going for finishes, and I want to dominate in fights. If I don't knock somebody out or hurt somebody, it's usually I try to put on a dominant performance and overwhelm them with just from angles and with hands, with kicks, with everything. So, being a little bit more hesitant with Kaylee, I wasn't able to execute that game plan how I normally did, and then she had her game plan and she executed it better than I executed mine. I just really love the stand-up game. I love Muay Thai. I love kickboxing. Um, I'll be honest. I've done jujitsu off and on for a few years, and I have a love-hate relationship with it. Whereas with Muay Thai, I just love it. There's no hate about anything. So I found that I really like wrestling more so than like traditional gi jujitsu. But I just kept getting a lot of opportunities through Muay Thai, and I felt like since I had momentum and already established myself there, I was just gonna keep trying to ride that wave versus starting at the very bottom of the MMA ladder and work my way up when I already had so much going and so much momentum with Muay Thai. And like if the opportunities no longer present themselves as much as they have been or as much as they are now in Muay Thai, then yeah, I'll make the transition because Miriam Nakamoto, she's super successful in Muay Thai, someone I've always looked up to. She's made the transition into MMA, and she's done quite well. I mean, she's recovering from an injury right now, but I mean, she's a force to be reckoned with in MMA for sure, and I know I can do the same. It's just not a matter of if, it's more of a when. Lyoto. Yeah, I trained alongside him at Black House, and I have a karate background as well, and so I gotta go with the karate guy. I feel like Lyoto's gonna use his karate style and use his timing. I mean, anytime Weidman goes to strike, he's probably gonna counterfight him. Anytime he tries to shoot, he's probably gonna sprawl or try to catch him coming in. But Lyoto's he's a really traditional karate counterfighter, and I feel like he's gonna try to use his movement and his angles to throw off Weidman, but I feel like he's just gonna try to let Weidman get himself into trouble versus trying to press the action and go forward. I gotta go with Rousey. I gotta go with Rousey. She's on fire right now. You know, she's very strong. Her stand-up is getting a lot better. I actually sparred with her a couple times this camp, and she's good. I love Alexis. I've trained with her before as well. Her striking is very technical. It's very good. Her jiu-jitsu is fantastic, but you know, I'm just putting all bias aside, and I think Rousey is gonna win. I wouldn't say that, because I've only trained with Alexis maybe once, and it was only like maybe one round of sparring, just like in a round robin situation. So I don't know. I've only sparred with Rhonda a few times, but just based on my experience, I mean the situations were completely different. With Rhonda, it was hard sparring. With Alexis, it was more of a round robin kind of go light. Everybody's working, so I just think like strength wise and like explosiveness, I definitely have to give it to Rousey, you know, especially with her being an Olympic athlete. But I won't count Alexis out because her jiu-jitsu is so good. She might be the one to neutralize Ronda. So, yeah. I think so. Yeah, I mean, whether it's good publicity or bad publicity, it's still publicity for women in combat sports. And the fact that, you know, she is where she is and competing at the level and on the stage that she's competing on, it's bringing a lot of attention to women in combat sports for sure. Oh, that's such a tough one because they're both so good. And their first two fights were both incredible. But if BJ's hungry and he's training hard and, you know, he's got that prodigy mindset, you know, and he's taking it seriously, then I gotta go with BJ for sure. I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
I've been training too hard. I feel it too much in my soul. You know, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I know this girl's gonna throw everything and the kitchen sink at me. But honestly, I think the only way she can beat me is if, you know, she like seriously hurts me. And even if she does that, I'm not gonna go out easy. You know, I put too much into this. You know, I know everyone's beatable. It's obvious. I've lost, you know, but I think stylistically she's a good matchup for me because she likes to come forward so much, and I do like to use my karate background and my counter fighting. But I can also surprise her, and I know how to move forward too. So I feel like whichever direction the fight takes, that I'll be able to handle it, and I believe that I'm a bit faster than her, a little more elusive than her, and that I have all the tools to beat her.